Wes, God bless America, buddy, huh?
God bless America. The July 4th extravaganza.
Exactly. I mean, we're in the midst of the weekend as we drop this, and it's I always think about it. And I know we talk about this with every holiday, and not that I don't know if you want to technically call the Fourth of July a holiday, but it is. It's a celebration, right, of something pretty big. And I think we are remiss as people on any holidays if we don't talk about for a minute and remember what the purpose is, right? Because it's easy to think of, and that's why I try to talk about it as Independence Day as much as I can. I've gotten trained to call it July 4th or 4th of July, but I want to try to remember there's a reason behind the fact that we got a couple extra days off and we're barbecuing and swimming and boating and golfing and messing around. And it's kind of an important day to us all, right?
It is because we are always talking about freedom, autonomy, working for ourselves, all the different things that go along with independence. So yeah, it's a very big deal. And as Americans, we kind of take these Labor Days and Memorial Day and the things that we should really be kind of going inward and taking a heartfelt look at and using it as an excuse to grill up a couple hot dogs.
Well, you're exactly right, and I think the grilling the hot dogs and having the fun and doing those things is a natural thing to do, and it respects the reason for Independence Day, right? People fought many years ago for us to have those rights to be able to do that stuff when we want without having to get approval from people and everything else. We just do what we want to do and live a free, independent life. So I think by not celebrating it, we're almost dishonoring the day, as long as we make sure to honor the day, if that makes sense.
No, it makes perfect sense. And, I don't want to get political or too deep on this, but, we live in a world where it kind of feels like you're kind of like along for the ride as opposed to doing what they did, during the July 4th, time that we celebrate, which is saying enough.
Yes.
We're fed up with this. We're not going to do this anymore. And I think that that feeling of we're going to kind of make our own way and do things the way that we feel, would be better for us. I really wish people had that, kind of drive and intensity that the, forefathers and people that kind of raged for that independence, because essentially, they were all, doing things that made them traitors.
Right.
But now, regardless of what you think, and I'll say this from the mountaintops, until it changes, in my opinion, which it hasn't. I still think this is the best country in the world. We definitely have got issues like everyone else, but there's not a place where you can have that freedom and autonomy and just overall independence anywhere else.
Well, exactly. And so well said, because even, yeah, are we not perfect? And do we have issues? And does it seem like we have more issues? And maybe we do. But you know what? I also still believe deep down, there's a certain thing, a certain that we have as Americans because of the all the stuff that people fought for from way back in 1776 and onward, right through the world wars, the different wars, the protests, all the things that we've done throughout our history. So I think we have a built-in desire to be independent and to be free. And I think that when it gets challenged at times, and we might be seeing some of that challenge on certain fronts, but I think at the end of the day, that good old red, white, and blue American spirit will still rise to the top. And we can, even if there's nothing else, then the beautiful thing is living in a free, independent country still is we can have a discussion with somebody we meet at the store that's totally on the other side of the spectrum of ours, and we could even have it slightly heated and dislike each other, but we can still go, I'll make my burgers at my place and you go make your hot dog at your place, and we still go about life, right? Living our own independent life how we see fit. And as long as you don't infringe on what I'm doing, I don't need to infringe on what you're doing either, unless it's illegal. Then we should infringe on it. Obviously, that's kind of part of being an American too, right? Is you don't stand by and watch wrongs happen. But I think generally speaking, I agree. There is no greater place. I'm thrilled and happy to wake up every day here and be able to say God bless America. And whether you agree or not, that's okay. Yeah, I can still say it and believe it, right?
And I do believe it. We may be teetering on, a time between 1776 and 1984 with George Orwell.
Yes.
But with that said, until things, take a bad turn, which is always possible. But I like to think that, the freedom and the independence will win out. Just because, I've been around not as long as you, but I've
easy, big boy.
Hey, whoa. Easy.
Fighting words right there, folks. Fighting words right there.
That's right. But I've always felt that through good times and bad times, we still have got it better off than you and I talk a lot about get to and have to. Mm-hmm. I get to do things every day that I'm talking to you, from Ohio. You're in Florida. I'm in the air conditioning. I have water here that I didn't have to walk, 10 miles to get. I mean, there's a lot of things that, I've told the kids, my kids who are now adults, but since they've been little, I've always said, there's people that go to bed at night on bended knee, begging and pleading to God to have that you take, for granted,
right.
And so it's, again, regardless of what you think about, politics, religion, sex, drugs, rock and roll, whatever you want to, throw into the mix. We've got an amazing country where you can quite literally, go and be president. I mean, from whatever, so, there's really there's no glass ceiling, per se. Whereas, some of these other places that, they may be desolate. They may have, just, the absolute vice on their people. We don't have that. We definitely have got some issues like we talked about at the beginning, but I'm still going to say that, we have the best country in the world.
Absolutely. Would not want to be anywhere else. And with that said, we should probably go back to what we were doing, which is celebrating the great independence that we have, because when we get off of this, and that's the beauty, right? We got on and did this because we can and because we get to, right?
Yeah, we get to. We didn't have to. We get to.
We get to. And we also get to say, this has gone only 9 or 10 minutes, and we're going to go play now because of all the stuff that our forefathers did and have done and are doing today, right? To make sure that, because that's the thing we forget about too. My parting words maybe on this is we're celebrating what happened in 1776-ish, right? But you know what? There's men and women out there right now around the country and around the world that are not home with their families. They're not having a barbecue by the water or going boating or going golfing or doing whatever they want to do because they're still out defending the freedoms that we have. And so while it is this, and they all have their days, there's Armed Forces Day, there's Veterans Day, there's Memorial Day, there's all those days that we all celebrate here, especially at Building Wins Live. We always celebrate those. But I still don't want us to forget that there's guys now and gals now, 246, 8, 9, whatever years it is, that are still out there away from their families, making sure that we still get to come on here because you and I want to come on here, right? And I don't think we should lose sight of that.
No,
I celebrate them and I salute them. And I'm going to go as far as say I salute them and God bless them, right? I mean, I appreciate them. Every one of them.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree more.
I know. That was well said. I almost like that. I might record that.
That's right.
Oh, what you did.
You should write a book.
I should. Maybe I will. Yeah, but you should too.
I know, right?
All right, buddy. Anything else? Any parting words? Otherwise, let's go enjoy the freedoms that we have, my friend.
No, just the biggest thing, Randy, is I want to thank everybody that watches Building Wins Live. we've had an insane amount of guests, an insane amount of topics, an insane amount of just kudos thrown our way, and I can't thank the people that watch this show enough, and the people that you have as both clients and companies that you represent that are kind enough to come on this show and kind of give us their wins. So my biggest thing on this 4th of July, other than the God bless America and independence, is just thank you for watching.
No, absolutely. Watching and listening, and you're right. We've talked about this many a times on and off the air, and every time I know for myself personally, as we look at scheduling and different guests, I'm going, man, we've just been blessed with so many great guests and so many great people, but we're gonna maybe we need to go back to once a month or twice because we're gonna run out of people, right? I mean, but we never do.
No.
And that's the power, and I'm going way off on another subject in a tangent, which I want to do, but it's all that power networking, right? Every time we meet name it, pick a name, any of the guests we've had, we're exposed to thousands of people that they are friends with, know, influence, and all of a sudden we gain a whole nother group of people that you find one or two people in that group that you go, man, I'd like to talk to you too. I think you'd be great on Building Wins Live. So I'm convinced that unless we just plain stop looking, or we stop doing this, or we start really sucking at it, we'll never run out of guests because there's just so many great people out there that are about building wins every day. And the next guest we have on, whomever that may be after this, is going to bring another whole host of new people for us to talk to. And out of the thousands of people they may influence or have followers, there's several. Because if you have good guests with good quality people, which we always do, likes tends to find like, right? So if these are good guests, there's other people within their realm of influence that'll be good guests too. So my only point with that is to reflect what you said or respond. Yes, thank you also to the guests and to the listeners, the followers. And, we've been blessed, and we'll just keep doing this. I don't know, maybe forever. Why not? It's fun.
I had no desire to stop.
Then let's not stop. It's America. We don't have to.
That's good.
We
stuff.
Can do this forever because we choose to. That's it, brother. Go enjoy. Go. You doing a hot dog? You doing a steak? You doing a burger? Or you're a little more, still more vegan, vegetarian, right? So you're probably not doing any of the above, or you're gonna cheat a little.
Fattest vegan and vegetarian you'll ever lay eyes on.
Well, hey, you know what? I don't do much of the red meat anymore, not because I don't like it, because I do. I just am kind of on this little bit healthier journey, and I think red meat actually is healthy if you don't like. I think everything outside of processed things and certain things are healthy. Probably motor oil is not great to drink, but most of the time, good balance, right?
Yeah.
And so I mean, I'm not even afraid to have that occasional Dairy Queen Blizzard Snickers with Heath Bar. Double Snickers, please. Don't tell Dixie I said that, though.
That's good stuff.
Anyway, all right, brother. Unless you got something else, thank you for all you do, my friend, and my brother, and my pal.
Buddy, that's all I got. Happy 4th of July.
Happy 4th of July to you as well, and God bless America. Let's go. Right. Cheers.
Bye, brother.
Bye-bye.